Welcome back to DAGryffyn Hobby. My name's Dave. I guess what I got for you today is a little bit of a layout update. If I sound unsure, it's because sometimes in order to make progress, you have to either take a few steps back or do a bunch of stuff that no one's ever going to see. This past weekend, I did a lot of work around the garage. I have a spot on the back wall that used to be a window, and I had never properly sealed the back of it. And every once in a while, if it rained real hard, it would drip water out onto the layout. So this weekend, I finally got back there, cleared a bunch of brush, and properly enough sealed up that old window. I did some cleanup and some throwing away of stuff on the other side of the garage, which will make it easier for me to do the work I need to do in here. But again, doesn't do much for this room. What I did do in this room is get that new TV up there. And by new, I mean another old TV that I picked up for free online, but it's a 46-inch LCD TV, and I'm replacing the 42-inch plasma TV. That's why you'll see the layout's looking a little barren here behind me. I had to clear a bunch of stuff off so I could get to that TV, to get the old one off, and that was no easy task. That thing is heavy, and I'm surprised I did it without damaging anything. Well, without damaging the layout. I think I tweaked my leg, and it's been hurting since, but as long as the layout's okay. I was able to put a step stool right about where I'm sitting now, put another piece of 2-inch foam over the layout, so it was sitting right about here over the river. And that sits just about over one of the legs and braces in the middle. And I was able to stand up there and pull the TV off the wall. It was a little scary, and I don't think I'd do it again, but I was able to get it down, and nothing went through the layout. The 1x4 supports of the grid part of the table are 24-inch on center. That's a lot of space between here and the next support. But again, I was able to stand on it. That would have been a total of 2, 3.5, 5 inches of foam that I was standing on, and that top piece of foam was resting on the tracks and everything. I'm surprised it worked. I really am. I'm surprised I didn't drop the TV. But I was standing on top of the layout very carefully and was able to pull the TV off the wall and get over to the ladder that I had standing where I am sitting right now and get it onto the floor. I really don't believe the table stood up to that. I mean, it's pretty impressive. The back of the table is supported by a 2x4 bolted to the wall, so I'm not surprised there. I'm a little surprised that this PVC leg didn't buckle or anything, but I guess that stuff's pretty strong. That's PVC intended for conduit, electrical conduit, so it's pretty tough stuff. I'm more surprised I just didn't fall through the layout in between the supports. But it worked, so if anybody tells you that foam on an open grid without plywood isn't strong enough, don't believe them. I mean, I wouldn't make a habit of walking over this layout, but in an emergency, it was able to be done. You might also notice I'm wearing a new shirt. This has the new logo. It's the same logo, really. I just kind of retweaked it just a little bit. I may have made the red triangle a little too thick, but whatever, it's done. I like it, and I have t-shirts available on Teespring. The link will be below in every single video, so if you ever decide you want a t-shirt, or if you want to see what's new in apparel and merchandise, you can click on that link and it will take you to my store. Every shirt that's sold does support the channel. I do get a few dollars for every piece that's sold, so if you're looking to contribute a little bit and want to help support the channel, go ahead and get yourself one of these awesome shirts. Right now they're available in black and white, but I will be looking into other shirts and colors soon. One thing to note is the shirts that I got are extra large, and they fit, but they're definitely on the smaller side of extra large. So I'd say if there's any doubt, order a larger size. It doesn't look like much now, but this is a view that you're going to be seeing a lot more over the coming months. This is where the expansion is going. That's where we're going to be probably focusing most of the videos from here on out for a little while, at least assuming that I have time to work on it. I have taken a couple steps. This was all cleared off, and I was starting to mock up some track with some 027 track that I have. I did go online and order the track I need from Menards. that is on its way. Initially, it said it was going to be here this coming Wednesday, and then on Friday, it said it was going to be here Sunday. So I thought, great, it'll give me something to do on Sunday. I can get out here and really start mocking it up. Well, of course, it did not show up. And that's fine. I didn't expect it to get here that quick. That would have been like 2 or 3 days. What bothers me is that it shows that it got to the local office and then nothing. And now it doesn't even have a delivery date on it. It says something about, we'll let you know a delivery date when your package starts moving. Did they lose it? Did they drop it off the truck? Did it get crushed? Am I just being impatient? I guess we'll see in a couple days. Another thing I ordered are the Woodland Scenics incline foam set so that I can bring one of the tracks up or down so that on the expansion, both tracks will be at the same height. While I very much do like the 2 levels of the outer loops on this layout, sometimes scenically it makes it difficult because the tracks aren't right next to each other. And I think it would kind of be weird for the bridge section here to have 2 levels of tracks. So I figured, why not change the height of one? It's only 1.5 inches of height. So I got the 2% incline decline set, and I'll make it work. I'm not entirely set on whether I'm going to bring the outer loop up or the inner loop down, but I'm leaning towards bringing the inner loop down. I'm not sure it really matters, but what I'm thinking is, if I ever do a pull test, like how many cars can I pull, I'm going to do it on the outer loop because that's the larger radius. So I might as well keep that one as level as possible to help facilitate that video. Because if I have to start going up and down an incline, it's going to add some complexity. I won't know until it happens. But one of the things I've been thinking about, instead of an actual bridge or lift bridge or whatever in this section between the 2 parts of layout, I was thinking, what about a land bridge? That would be taking foam and creating essentially just a scenic portion like any other part of the layout, and having it not be a bridge, but just a scenic section that would then lift off and I could get through. I figure if I had some metal locator pins on the bottom, it would always sit exactly where I wanted it, but that's just an idea. Don't really know yet. I had hoped to be able to show you at least a semi-decent mock-up of the track on this section, but again, since it didn't get here, we'll just have to wait for that. So some of the people that have been here for a long time will remember, most likely, when the layout was all flat like it is here. All the sections were designed to be lifted off, at least initially, and up until a little while ago, I could still remove everything above the first layer of track. A lot of that has become semi-permanent, either because the paint has kept it stuck together or because I've run feeder wires through it. But luckily, this whole section here I was able to remove so that I could get to the wall and get the TV down. But while I've got it all apart, I'm looking at how I'm going to really scenic this whole area between the tracks. I might go and cut all this extra foam out and start it all over. I may just leave it the way it is and keep working on it. I don't know. We'll see. You can see up in the top corner there, the little scene that I threw up there. It's a little shack, a tree, and an outhouse at the moment. The shack that I put there is one of those hobo jungle shacks, and it's a great size for that. What I'm not thrilled with is the size of this shack here for under the bridge. I mean, it's okay, but then the truck is overskilled, the shed is underskilled, and together, I just don't think it works. And maybe I have to find a smaller pickup truck that's more in scale to weather and stick here, or find a different shed. You won't often hear me say things like, don't forget to like, subscribe, except at the end of my video where I've got that canned closing that I use on every single one. I try not to bombard anybody with, you know, hey, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. But I would like to take a moment to say, I've been looking at the information that YouTube provides on who's watching the videos. And it does look like a very large percentage of the people watching the videos are not subscribed. And I understand from a viewer's perspective, maybe you don't want to subscribe, maybe you just don't even think of it. Considering there is such a large number of people that aren't subscribed that are watching, I would really, really appreciate it if you would go ahead and subscribe. It really does make a big difference, and it's a pretty easy way to support the channel. If you're looking for an additional way to support the channel, shirts are a really good way to do that. Like I said, I do get a few dollars from each one. Another thing you can do, if you're going down to the description of the video to get the link for the t-shirts, is there's also a link to PayPal. Now, I really don't like asking for money. It's not why I do this. But as you can imagine, this all takes a large amount of time and funds that I most likely wouldn't be allocating to the hobby if I wasn't doing the videos. I would probably be spending the same amount of money, but it would be on 6 different hobbies. But I do put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money into doing these. So if you have ever thought, you know, hey, I'd like to support the channel a little bit, then make sure you're subscribed. Maybe buy a t-shirt. Maybe pop onto the PayPal link there and donate to the channel. Anything you can do to help support, I really do greatly appreciate. I mean, I really just greatly appreciate the fact that you all are watching the videos and commenting. I think it's fantastic. I've had a little bit of trouble recently keeping up with the comments, but that's a great problem to have. I love going away from the app for half a day and coming back and seeing that there have been 20-something comments. I love it. It makes it all so worthwhile. To wrap this part up, thank you, everyone, for watching and supporting and liking and commenting and all that stuff. I'm not going to make a habit of saying, hey, please subscribe, hey, go do this, but I just want you to know that I do appreciate any and all support, whether it's a donation of old trains or a monetary donation or buying a shirt or just watching and liking the videos. I appreciate all of it. Thank you all very much for supporting what I'm doing here, and I'm hoping we've got a couple very exciting months coming with this expansion that I'm working on. Hopefully, the track gets here in a couple days, and I'll have something for you on Friday. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on DAGryffyn Hobby.